Hey there, welcome to the shed. Unboxing a Yoda, because everybody's got to get their Yoda out now and again, so here is baby Yoda. When you've got one of these, you need to have a baby pram. So, typical fashion of me, not really planning ahead, but just doing something. So I downloaded plans from the internet because that seems to be the easiest way to do things these days. Let somebody else do the hard research work. But when you can't get the materials to match what their plans are, you have to make alternative arrangements. So you end up getting an order in for high density foam. What you actually get is soft foam, which somebody I once knew would say was a bit of a bitter disappointment. However, there are ways around it. As somebody else I once used to say, you can't polish a turd. That was in reference to an aircraft. He was wrong, because you can polish a turd now and again. So with that, I decided to make the first Grogu pram. And this was the high density foam that I was given, and definitely no use. Floor mats, exercise mats, as you can see I put them to good use. I make things from them. So I worked out that this high density foam, okay, to match the plans, unfortunately it's 10 millimeters thick, you've got to modify it. So, skipping ahead to something else, which is just make it, I ended up with this pram. Now, this has gotten to the stage where I have primed it with a product called SC92 coating. That's available from Barnes in Sydney. Well, it was when I bought it originally, so if you keep something long enough, you'll get a use for it. Nearly. So, having produced the Grogu pram from plans that were available online, I've coated this and it is now ready to be painted to match the show The Mandalorian. Now, one of the other things that when I did find the plans online, they don't tell you that you need to measure your Yoda, because if you don't get your scale right, it's not going to work. So this is what has been produced for this little guy, which may or may not be exactly correct, but it does fit in nicely, and as far as I'm concerned, close enough is good enough. Besides, it was a long time ago in a world far, far away. So I can go through how we made it at a later stage. A lot of things that happen when you're working with foam, you get a lot of imperfections. Some things look rough and ready, but that's what you get, what you work with. Making things from foam is forgiving in certain ways, but not in other ways. Depends on what way you want to finish the product. If you want something that's pristine, go to a shop, and if they've got it, buy it. If you want to do something yourself and you want to be happy with it, go make it yourself in your shed. And if nobody else likes it, they don't have to click the button, they can just move on. So move on if you don't like it. But this is a Grogu pram, which will be destined to my little granddaughter at some point or other. She can do with it whatever she will at that stage. So the next point for this part is to paint it up. I've not worked out how to make it levitate, but you know, it is from an imaginary universe. So more later when I start the painting.